Welcome back, guys. Please comment. Teo, astroneering fans love the manufacturing, form, and function. The ships are regarded by enthusiasts as works of art. Please comment, subscribe, leave a like, help me reach YouTube monetization.
Welcome to the clinic. I'm Dr. Darvish, Chief of Medicine. Is there something I can do for you?
I'm kidding. Probably.
Okay, so here's our options. We've been at this medical facility claiming to be the best in the settled systems. I'm just looking around. I'm here on business. This is a medical facility?
I thought perhaps the name gave it away.
Oh, Lord.
This is one of the preeminent medical care centers in the settled systems. We
okay.
take our work very seriously.
Yeah, they're pretty isolated, though.
Are you? Because I don't have any appointments scheduled. We have a particular focus on astrovirology here. So the patients we take on tend to have unusual cases that require long-term care, and sometimes require unorthodox or experimental treatments. We have an excellent track record that speaks for itself, but it doesn't leave room for much else. Whatever business you may be here for, I trust that you will conduct it quickly, and do so without interfering with my staff or our operations.
You mentioned astrovirology. What is that?
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of new worlds that humanity has set foot on. While many don't host some sort of life, there are more than enough that do. Any one of those worlds could be
Over
inhabited
1,000.
by all manner of pathogens. Things we've
True.
never seen and have no idea how to treat.
Yep.
Someone has to try and stay ahead of what could be a very deadly curve. Here at the clinic, we do our best.
I hope you're paid well.
And none of us are in this for the credits.
None.
We are on the absolute edge of modern medicine, and we are dedicated to helping people no one else can.
Altruistic.
Either of those is reason enough for any of us to be here and do what we do.
Good. I'd like to help you with that.
Would you now? Well, I suppose we could always use additional research specimens.
Interesting. Need some
The
item.
more data we have about what's out there in the settled systems, the faster we can diagnose novel illnesses. In theory, at least. I suppose we could consider you an independent contractor of sorts.
Sure.
There are naturally produced narcotic substances that we could stand to learn more from. Any samples you can provide would be welcome.
Select stimulant for Dr. Darvish. You're in charge?
I am, yes. I took over from Dr. Eswaran when he retired 9 years ago.
Dr.
While the
Eswaran.
clinic does occasionally take on research projects that have their own chain of command, I am ultimately responsible for the entire facility.
What kind of research projects do y'all work
I'm
on?
afraid that information is confidential and restricted to our corporate partners funding the projects.
Has there ever been an
The clinic has occasionally been faced with unique situations that might be considered hazardous in other facilities, but no, nothing that could not be contained and dealt with.
That's all, thanks.
Certainly.
Where do I find the resources?
What we're looking for are basic organic substances. They could come from any number of flora or fauna on countless worlds across the settled systems. Just keep your eyes open as you travel and harvest, or frankly, if you can find them at a reasonable price somewhere, purchase them. I'm less concerned with the source than the materials themselves.
Can't you just like order those substances then? Like, you guys are pretty well funded, it looks like. Instead of me just doing this random quest for you.
I'm probably fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Patient.
Really hope someone comes to take a look at me soon.
I hope so too, Andresia.
My brother-in-law just got back
Three-star
from 2 weeks in Paradiso. Place looked amazing, but if I have to look at one more vacation photo, I'm gonna clean his clock.
Paradiso, I'm gonna have to visit that. Activities. Oh, Paradiso.
Kill for a cup of coffee right about now.
This is owned by the Freestar Collective. Makes sense. It is on.
Not exactly a hotbed of criminal activity here, is it?
Well,
That suits me fine. Worst I usually have to deal with is folks worried about getting diagnosed fast enough. Can't blame them.
How long have you been a Freestar Ranger?
Well, let's see now. I joined up in 2292, so that'd be 38 years now. Damn, hard to believe now that I think about it. Almost 40 years.
Damn, son.
There ain't been many Rangers who served that long, I can promise you that.
Maybe you got some safes. That's impressive. You seem a little too old for this line of work. That's impressive.
Oh, thank you kindly. I've enjoyed the work, and I'm proud to serve. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up. Between you and me? Well, let's see now. Damn. There ain't been many.
A little old for this line.
Oh, hell, nothing much happens around here, any. But if you're saying I ain't exactly fit to go chasing after pirates and smugglers, that's why I'm stationed here instead of Neon or Aquila. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop
These
to
stars
count
are
the
people on Neon
years,
and Aquila.
well, they sure do add up. I'm just here. Well, let's see now. Damn. There ain't been many.
You thoughts of a retirement?
Oh, I suppose it does cross my mind from time to time. I reckon I'll hang 'em up here in the next few years, but I like the work. Gives me something to do. I suppose I don't think much about it, but
Damn, son.
I'm just here. Well, let's see now. Damn. There ain't been many.
How many other Rangers served as long as you?
Well, offhand, I can only think of two. Cassie Hickson made it to 42 years before she caught a bullet from one of them Shaw gang boys.
Damn.
He got himself all liquored up at Aggie's. That's over in Aquila City. Started using the passers-by for target practice. Then there was old Rusty Ortega. Had a good run of 52 years and retired to a farm on Montara Luna. Passed away just a few years back. I suppose I don't think much
I wonder if
about
he was
it.
buried on Montero.
When I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up. Worst I usually have to deal
I guess
with
you
is
don't
folks
see much
worried.
action around
Now,
here.
you'd be guessing correctly then. Even if there was some kind of trouble, which there almost never is, Freestar Security would handle that. Truth is, this post is what you might call ornamental in nature. Ever since the clinic came under Freestar collective control, there's been a ranger here. I reckon it's to serve as a reminder who's in charge of this place.
Ben Armistead. You're great. Rely on each other. Work together. LW3700 7006213. The hell, you think of shit? And wash your hands the same way you sleep. That's oh, it's a jail cell.
Saw your ship come in. Nice ride.
Thank you.
Can't let you through here.
Look, Clint. The clinic.
We get the cases no one has ever seen before or doesn't know how to treat.
Hey, Abby.
This place is a far cry from Aquila City. That's for sure.
You're new here?
New-ish. I've only been here a year, which, well, when you compare it against Dr. Darvish's career, it's not much, is it? I'm thrilled to have the opportunity, but it's been an adjustment. Very few cases here are simple, and most of them are medical emergencies.
You ever get a break?
I guess that depends on what you consider a break. We get some time to ourselves. We're not on call all the time, but we're never that far away from it either. Now that I think about it, I haven't actually left the clinic since I got the job. I actually hadn't really noticed.
Yeah, go on a vacation. Because you can't stand to be cooped in one place that long. Kind of routine can be comforting. If I get homesick, well, I personally can't.
It's not like I was surprised. I knew what I was signing up for. There's no other opportunity like this in the settled systems. It's not ideal, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. Nice talking to you.
You too, Abby. Nice smile.
Running this facility is a challenge,
You're one
even
face
when
that
there isn't
doesn't
an
look
outbreak of
repulsive.
some sort.
Or scary.
There's
Okay,
certainly no shortage. Goodbye.
oh shit. Who-
I'm just a computer
Ari?
guy. You need medical help, you'd better talk to someone else. Last few errors are out of the system.
Holding up all
Means
right,
I got
too?
about 10 minutes till
I'm
something
certainly
breaks
not
again.
bored.
Oh, you're not familiar?
asking about
I'll give you the quick version.
This year has
UC
really
built the
gone
station
by.
back in 2194. It was outside of their established territory, which caused a bit of a disagreement and a bit of a war. And after what I think most people would agree was much too long a period of time, the war ends. One of the terms was the station was handed over to the Free Star Collective.
The UC lost the war then. Fighting over like a terrible cause for war. Ironic that the war fought over a place that is alive.
Huh. Never really thought about it that way. Guess you're right. Although, is that really irony? I feel like I don't really understand what qualifies. So since then, the clinic's been under Free Star Collective control. Over 100 years now, I think. Over time, it started to focus more on weird things. People picked up on all sorts of planets and space expeditions, became known for it, and now focuses on it almost exclusively. And here we are today, carrying on that work. Actually makes me feel kind of proud when I lay it all out like that.
So you work on computers full time?
Well, yeah, somebody has to. It's great medical care, but not the latest in support tech. Funding only goes so far, and most of it's prioritized for keeping patients alive. And there's still a lot of outdated UC tech behind the walls that needs interfacing, so I stay plenty busy.
Seems like they should just upgrade and get things automated.
Well, then I'd be out of a job, wouldn't I? You're not entirely wrong, though. But someone would have to convince Dr. Darvish it was a priority, and I gave up on that effort years ago. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Darvish.
It'd be enough to know that the Rangers are keeping an eye on us, but to have it be my own husband, so comforting.
Miss Arms.
Are you the courier? You're not really supposed to be back here. You can just drop the delivery off by the docking port and someone will take care of it.
I'm not a courier.
Well, then you won't have Dr. Darvish breathing down your neck at least.
Any guesses what's being worked
But,
on in
well,
the secure wing?
We're
Any
not
interest in
really
asking
set
the
up for
guys?
having folks. If you could just do your best to steer clear of the
This
doctors
again.
while they work.
You
And
can't
if you
tell
need
me
anything.
You don't want to know.
It's secure for a reason.
Talking
We don't
about-
need to worry about it, and we've been
Let's
basically
listen.
told not to, so quit it.
Okay, so then you probably don't want to hear about my plan
care.
to incapacitate the guards and storm the place.
Gennady 18.
You know, there are more couriers coming and going from this place than patients most of the time. Guess that's... I'm just a nurse. If you need to talk to someone in charge... Oh, sure. Everyone is really great. Top of their game, medically
Kennedy.
speaking. I've learned so much these last few years. I try not to take any of it for granted. This career, helping people, it really means something.
Hey, what's the worst case we've seen?
Oh, we're not really supposed to talk about that kind of thing. Doctor-patient confidentiality and all that.
Oh boy.
Dr. Darvish is pretty strict about that. Well, about everything, but definitely that.
But there's some secret experimentations going on here to help patients. They've been having a lot of couriers. It's pretty
Back to
peaceful
work,
here.
then.
Free Star Collective controlled.
Hey, Abby.
You
I'll give
catch
you
my
50
bin
credits if
nodding
you
You're not a
off.
doctor?
Nurse supervisor, dear. I'm the one who takes care of all the doctors,
again.
as well as the more I can look
This
after,
tissue box is
the
in the
more
way.
the doctors can focus on patient diagnosis and
Picture of
treatment.
that. That's a detailed
Every
tissue
role
box.
here is
I don't
important.
want anything to do with it. They were quite clear that it's none of
You
our
like working
business.
alongside your husband?
Well,
Okay.
I wouldn't really
So
say we
then
work
you
together. It
probably
just
don't
happens
wanna
to be
hear
in the
about my
same
plan
place.
to incapacitate
He
the
has
guards
his
and storm
job
the place.
keeping the peace. I have mine. keeping this place running. Truth be told, I think it might drive one or both of us a little crazy if we actually work together. But I do appreciate being able to see him every day, even if it's just to pop over to his office and say hello or share a meal. It's nice.
So it must be exciting work then.
Oh, sometimes, sure. Somebody walks in or is dragged in with something we haven't seen before. You best believe it's all hands on deck. Have to find out if it's lethal or contagious, or both.
Whichever way you might get
I
sick.
used to. I think we all did to some degree when we started working here. But really, how does worrying help when you've got people to treat? It just gets in the way.
Still a lot of
It
pressure.
can be, yes. But we've all learned to live with it. If we didn't do this, who
Tissue
knows how
box
many
is
lives would be
covering her
lost.
face. Infamous box.
It's
Not the
harder
texture
on
is
the
very
newer folks,
detailed.
that's
Looks
for
really
sure.
nice. I
You
admit.
take that Dr. Salato. Nice man, but he's a little on the skittish side. He's a good doctor, but just needs a little more confidence.
I could fake an illness, that would help. I wouldn't want a doctor who doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, aren't you a dear? No, actually, now that we're talking about this, I wanted to do something nice for him.
Oh,
Give
that's
him a
kind.
little pick-me-up. I overheard something about a meal he hadn't had in a long time. Thought maybe if I could deliver one to him, it'd be a nice gesture. You think you could help with that? Aren't you just the sweetest? You know that Don's Roost restaurant in New Atlantis? The fancy one?
Don's
Dr.
Roost.
Salvato was talking about the synth liver pate. Said he'd never forget it. You bring me a plate and I'll make sure we brighten up his day.
A plate of liver pate. Liver pate.
Just checking in, dear. You doing all right?
I'm certainly not bored. Thanks for asking, Rebecca. This year has really flown by.
1 year behind you, a whole career to go. You're doing just great.
This
Dr.
interaction.
Cartwright in Aquila City said I was crazy when I told her I wanted to transfer here. Now I kind of understand why.
Hey, Abby. I'll give you 50
Hi,
credits
how
if
you
you go
doing?
ask the guards what's going on back there.
Perhaps we should consider not staying long.
You can't tell me.
Or breathing deeply.
Just look at the MRI location.
With it. They were quite clear that it's none of our business.
All right, but
Patient.
I'd rather not have you in here.
Jane Nakamura.
credits are on what's going on in there.
Please leave. I'd like to recover in peace.
Nakamura.
Doctors still don't know
Jeff
when we'll be
Joseph.
okay to leave. Hey there.
What do you think of the clinic,
Well,
Jed?
I think it's all right, seeing as how my brother and I would be dead if we never came here. Doctors are nice enough, treatments aren't too bad, and
I don't like the beard. I would love
food's all
this guy.
right. That doesn't mean
This
I'm not
looks
counting
fake.
down the days until we can leave. I'm itching to go back home.
You a patient?
That I am, that I am. I'm lucky to be alive, apparently. Me and my brother here have been patients for going on, 4 or 5 months now? Good Lord. I, being the stronger and smarter one, am recovering quickly. Still sick as a dog, but the doctors let me roam around to visit my infirm brother here. He was in a coma for months. He's only now making some sort of recovery.
What happened?
This genius brother of mine was begging me to go on a hike with him on Aquila. He's a real outdoorsy type, you know. Now, being a man of letters, I didn't want to go, but he just kept yapping. So, we go on this hike, right? We don't know where the hell we're going. Well, we got lost, stranded with no food or water. I told him to pack food and water, but the fool forgot. Well, we start scavenging for some food to sustain us, and we come across this thing.
Get to the point.
Well, damn thing nearly killed us both. Turns out we weren't even that far from the city, so we were found by some passerby, and here we are. We got real lucky.
I'm going like anyone. That's why you're supposed to be the smart one. Well, at least you survived.
Yeah, well, not out of the woods just yet. Things have been pretty hairy for John here. But I think you're right. It'll take more than that to kill the Joseph brothers. Take care now.
Oh, God. I never should have eaten that, whatever it was. Oh, well, at least it can't get any worse. Well, no.
Definitely feeling better. Can't
Trying to
say
stay
the same
positive.
from a brother here.
Probably shouldn't get too close.
Schmillich. Ventura knows.
Pain's not too bad today.
Yes, I am a doctor. Speak to me.
The treatments were fine, but the food? Oh, heavens.
Need to make sure those files are backed up.
Man. Like, Kennedy ate and you just chilling back here with the generator.
Wouldn't mind getting assigned to one of those research programs. I hear the pay is better.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's it for the clinic, folks. These comments, subscribe, leave a like.
If
That was the
they
tour.
hadn't rushed me back,
that I could
means it
access.
can't be that bad, right?
We're gonna continue with the main
Having a
quest
good one?
next time.
I hate this delivery run. Can't ever get here fast enough.